The expedition itself will begin in the spring of 1995. But Steger, as he explains to these international students at his Ely homestead, is busy designing and testing equipment he'll use on the big trip and the preliminary trips, equipment like this sled canoe.
So the first 1,000 miles is in the winter, and the ice is frozen like this, so we're traveling with dogs. And then in June, the ice starts breaking. We'll fly the dogs out, and then we'll go with a canoe that has, I'll show you in a minute, runners. So you're able to pull over the ice and then paddle over the water. And this was last April when we were in the Arctic with Victor, we did an experiment. We made this runner on this canoe to see if our idea would work. The idea of a canoe and a sled, so you've got water and ice. But we experimented with shapes. We made one big mistake, which was okay. The idea was to first see if our concept was right, and it worked very well. But the problem is that we had a real flat runner. So when you had a piece of ice, it would hit real hard. So what we're going to do next year is we're going to change this curve. We have to find out what the proper curve is. Because with the proper curve, the sled will go over the ice with very, very, very little energy. Using the canoe and the sled, it's now possible to travel in areas where no one has ever been able to travel.
The expedition is now in Arviat on Hudson's Bay, and it is headed for Churchill. In place of the dog sled is the canoe sled. This is a combination of pull and paddle.
It seemed like the easiest way to travel in a breakup condition is like a canoe sled, where you can haul over the ice when you have a firm surface, and then when you're stopped by water, you just simply cross that. In the last 2 years, in 1992 and this last expedition in '93, we perfected another prototype sled, and here we developed on a runner design and runner angle. The next model in '94 will be a runner that'll be molded right into the canoe itself, a little bit lighter weight than these. These are actually quite clumsy right now, but they really serve the purpose. The system of travel, we proved it works very well. It's incredible. We were able to average 15 to 17 miles in broken ice. It's a lot of work hauling the canoes.
There were days when travel was barely possible. 15 minutes to go 15 yards.
But we were hauling in '93 400, 450 pound sleds, which would have normally been almost impossible to pull if we were on a regular snow surface in cold weather. But being that we were in water all the time, or icy water, water on the ice, we were able to pull these big loads with a little bit of effort, but still we were able to do it.
The team is ready. The dogs go out, the canoe sleds come off, and there's fresh fish for dinner. Back on the trail, headed for Tuktoyaktuk, the sledding is anything but easy. Each of the canoe sleds is loaded with 500 pounds of gear, and the ice is still unpredictable, as the team discovers one morning after they crawl out of the tents for a look around.
When we're camping on the Arctic Ocean now, the Arctic Ocean is a moving, shifting mass of ice now, and things don't always end up where you want it to be. In this case here, the ice just simply broke by our tent at night and kind of split between the tents. And we have precautions if it does split by the tent, we are able to get out real quickly, but these are just part of the unknowns.
But Will Steger and friends have seen these conditions before. And on May 25th, they pull into Tuktoyaktuk, 3 months and 1,200 miles from Yellowknife. It is another successful training run, the last before the 1995 International Arctic Expedition, from Russia across the North Pole to Prince Patrick Island.
Number five, yeah. It's 3:30 Minneapolis time. No, 2:30 Minneapolis time. May 25th. On schedule. 1994. Now we go home.
If you want to shoot a few stills, feel free.
This is the beginning of the Moline River. I'm all decked out here, tied down. I'll be going downstream, down this way. I think the ice jam's up again, so I may have to go overland again. But just take a little closer look at the load here. Everything's tied down. There's 3 compartments here. Snowshoes, everything's waterproof down. Second compartment here, that has all my sleeping gear, essentials for survival. Front gear, skis, miscellaneous. And then on the ground here, my life preserver in the blue small day pack. I carry that on me. That's the Iridium phone. That is in the blue in the middle. And on your left, a fanny pack that has my spot emergency locator. So if I do lose everything, I've got the ability here to call out and get some help. Okay, this is on the Moline River here. We're looking at shore ice. See, the ice goes out and doesn't freeze all the way. And if you tip over here, you wouldn't be able to make it in there.